I always start with the vision of our company. This has been our vision for the last few decades, and that is that we want to satisfy our customers' financial needs and to help them succeed financially. It puts our customers first. It's at the heart of everything that we do at our company. It's at the heart of our culture, and it's behind every service we offer, every product that we design, and it unites all of our businesses. In addition to our vision, which again you see on the screen, we also have 5 enduring values that guide the company. Doing what's right for the customer, people as a competitive advantage, our team members, doing things in an ethical way, our commitment to diversity and inclusion, and then leadership. As I mentioned, last year we introduced 6 new goals for the company that it's going to lead us forward as we build a better and stronger Wells Fargo. These goals reflect the challenges as well as the opportunities that we're facing, but clearly state our aspirations for the future and helps prioritize the 270,000 team members that make up Wells Fargo. And I want to be very clear that our goal here is to be the leader in financial services in each of these areas. First is customer service and advice. That makes sense given our vision. We want to provide best-in-class service and guidance to our customers to help them reach their financial goals. Team member engagement, again, we call employees at Wells Fargo our team members. And what we mean there is we want to be the employer of choice in the financial services industry, a company where people matter, where they feel valued, where teamwork is rewarded, where everybody's respected and empowered to speak up, where diversity and inclusion are embraced, and how work gets done is just as important as the work that gets done. Number 3 is innovation, which is very consistent with the space we're in right now. This is a very innovative organization. What we want to do there, and I'm going to give some more examples of this later, we want to create new kinds of lasting value for our customers and our business customers, including as well as to improve the efficiency of our operations. For us, the value of innovation creates strengthened relationships with our customers as well as loyalty and trust. And this would be exemplified as providing customers the freedom to contact us with complicated transactions without ever stepping foot in one of our offices. Or team members having the ability to charge their electric cars on site where they work in a building that generates its own electricity. Number 4 is risk management. We want to be set the global standard in managing all forms of risk and achieve operating excellence, providing products, services, and advice to our customers, and to minimize risk for them and for all of our stakeholders. Corporate citizenship is number 5, and I'll again talk a little bit more about that, but what we want to do is make every community that we do business in better. And then lastly, if we do the first 5 correctly, we'll create long-term shareholder value and earn the confidence of our shareholders by generating consistent performance over time and providing best-in-class returns. I was CFO for the company for a while, so I've got to give you a little bit of an update on our 6 goals, particularly as it relates to shareholder value. We mentioned shareholder value, and I mentioned it as the last goal because we need to do the other 5 to make sure that we're successful in doing that. And our ability to generate strong returns is a testament to the long-term advantages that we have at Wells Fargo, our diversified and balanced source of revenues, industry-leading distribution, both physical and, as importantly today, virtual, our leading market share in key financial products, as well as our credit risk discipline and capital strength. So let me just dive into the last 3 there for a minute. First is deposits. You think about how we fund Wells Fargo. We have a very large, low-cost deposit base that provides a very stable source of funding. We found that incredibly valuable as we went through the Great Recession. What's important to remember is that we've been making a lot of changes to help our customers, our depositors, better manage their accounts by leveraging data and technology. We recently rolled out a new service called predictive banking to our mobile customers. A year ago, we introduced automatic zero balance alerts And now we've sent over 20 million low and zero balance alerts a month to our customers so they can manage their finances better. No other bank does that today. In November of last year, we introduced a new service called Overdraft Rewind, which has helped over 800,000 customers just in that short period of time avoid overdraft charges. And we've also offered a variety of ways that customers can waive standard monthly service fees, and which means that 90% of our checking customers don't pay a monthly fee. A core driver for the growth of the company continues to be loans. We're the largest lender, we're the third largest bank in this country, but we're the largest lender. And we have leading market positions in residential mortgage, commercial real estate, middle market lending, and our loan portfolio is very diversified and balanced among both commercial and consumer loans. Our solid financial results have enabled us to consistently grow our stockholders' equity. Because of the strong capital position, we're focused on returning more of our capital to our shareholders. And I'm very pleased with the fact that, as you can see, the dividend growth on the right side of the slide. Last year, we returned $14.5 billion to our shareholders through common stock dividends and net share repurchases, which was up 16% from the prior year. I mentioned innovation. It's one of our 6 goals. This is just some of what we're doing at the company right now. It's not everything. People normally don't tell me everything that's going on, so this is what I've been, but all kidding aside, in addition to some of the changes I made related to our consumer deposit relationships, we've introduced card-free ATM access, which our customers have used more than 5 million times since March of last year. We're part of the Zelle industry organization, and since we've introduced Zelle, we've processed more than $10 billion in P2P payments since actually last June, and the amount of digital payments that have been sent by our customers via Zelle has increased 41% from 16 to 17. And as our customers have increased their use of online and mobile channels, we made it easier for them to interact with us digitally. For example, our digital credit card accounts that were up 47% in 2017 versus the prior year. In November, we launched Intuitive Investor, which is our digital brokerage advisory offering. In the first quarter of this year, we introduced our digital mortgage application, which creates where when you apply for a mortgage, we pull all the data we already know about you to make that application experience a little bit better. And in fact, in March, 10% of all of our mortgage applications came through that capability. And in 2018, we expect to introduce additional innovations, including instant issuance of debit cards into customers' mobile wallets, Control Tower, which will be a central hub for customers to view and manage the places that their Wells Fargo card and account information is stored. Let me focus a bit now on corporate citizenship. It's one of our goals. I'm going to give you a number of statistics which describe how Wells Fargo is making a difference in the communities that we do business in. Last year, we were one of the largest corporate cash donors in the U.S., contributing $286.5 million to more than 14,500 nonprofits across the country and candidly around the world. Late last year, we announced our target for this year is going to increase 40% to $400 million a year. And then beginning next year, our target is to donate 2% of our after-tax profits to nonprofit organizations, which hopefully will be more than $400 million. In addition to what the company is doing, I continue to be impressed and moved by the commitment of our team members. Our team members contributed $85 million to over 40,000 different nonprofits during our community support campaign. We're proud of the fact that United Way Worldwide recognized Wells Fargo as having the largest workplace giving campaign for the 9th consecutive year for Wells Fargo. Our team members also volunteer their time. They've volunteered a record 2 million hours in 2017 to help the communities that they live in and support causes that are important to them. As you can see on the next slide, Our CSR efforts are guided by 3 strategic priorities: advancing diversity and social inclusion, creating an economic opportunities for underserved communities, and then accelerating the transition to a lower carbon economy and a healthier planet.
What are some of the investments Wells Fargo is making to hire and retain talent? And what metrics do you use to track success? As you say, you want to be, you're committed to be the employer of choice.
Yeah, so great question. Full disclosure, BlackRock is one of our largest shareholders. So that wasn't a softball question, though, which was good. The way that I measure, or I think the best measure of team member engagement is how we're attracting new team members to Wells Fargo and if team members are leaving the company. We do, as I mentioned, a lot of survey work, and folks can sometimes, when you survey them, tell you what you want to hear. But it's what they do with their feet, to me, that makes the most difference. And so I'm very proud of the fact that if you look at all the changes that we've made at the company, it would take me another few hours to describe the changes that have occurred at the company over the last year and a half. One of the most important statistics is that our team member turnover is now down to its lowest levels in almost 7 years across every one of our businesses. And not only the businesses, but also our enterprise functions. But in addition to that, I think the other measures are how well we're performing with our customers. So for example, in our retail banking business, given all the changes and challenges that we've had in our retail banking business, we look at third parties who measure our customer experience and customer loyalty scores, and they're now up to some of their highest levels, and in some cases exceeded where we were in September of 2016 when we reached our settlements with OCC and the CFPB related to sales practices. So we've got a team member, a group of team members that's very engaged because they're staying at the company. We're not having any difficulty in hiring very good people. We've brought great senior leaders to the company too. So those would be the measures.
That's great.